car dealership is not on your side. The monthly payment they show you is designed to look affordable, while hiding the actual cost of what you are agreeing to. And right now, tens of millions of people are signing lease agreements that will quietly cost them somewhere between $150,000 and $250,000 over their lifetime, without ever realizing it. This is not a video about telling you what car to drive. Drive whatever you want. This is about showing you the math behind the decision. The real math, the complete math. The number that the dealership hopes you never calculate before you sign. Here is a number that will reframe this entire conversation. The average monthly lease payment in the United States right now is $595. That is $7,140 per year. Over 10 years of leasing, that is $71,400. And at the end of it, you own nothing. Not $1 of equity. Not one asset. You have been renting a car for a decade, and you are starting from zero. Now here is the part that should genuinely concern you. If that same $595 per month had gone into a broad market index fund, instead, earning the historical average return of 10% annually, after 10 years you would have approximately $122,000, not $71,400 handed to a car company. $122,000 working for you? That gap, the $122,000 versus zero, is the real cost of leasing. And that is just 10 years. Stretch it to 20 years and the index fund grows to over $435,000. The lease driver has paid out $142,800 and owns nothing. The gap at 20 years is not $122,000. It is $435,000 from one monthly decision about transportation. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what leasing's actually costing you and what to do instead. So make sure to stay until the end, leave a like, and let's start. The lease payment feels affordable because the dealership engineered it to feel that way. Here is how it actually works. When you lease, you are not paying for the car. You are paying for the depreciation of the car during the lease period, typically 2 to 3 years. A $45,000 car might depreciate by $18,000 over 3 years. So your lease payments cover that $18,000 in depreciation, plus interest, plus fees. At the end of 3 years, the car still has $27,000 in residual value. But that value belongs to the dealership, not to you. You paid for the most expensive part of car ownership, the steepest part of the depreciation curve, and walked away with nothing to show for it. Then the cycle starts again. A new lease, new depreciation payments, more months of building zero equity. The dealership gets a customer who comes back every 3 years, reliably, because the payments always look manageable. And the alternative, actually owning a car outright, requires a mindset shift that the industry has worked very hard to prevent. New car smell. The latest safety features. No repair risk. These are the arguments that keep people in the leasing cycle. And they are not entirely wrong. They just cost significantly more than the monthly payment suggests. Think about what that means over a working lifetime. The typical driver leases 5, 6, sometimes 7 cars over 30 years, each time starting from zero, each time paying the steepest portion of someone else's asset, each time walking away with nothing at the end. But here is the thing almost nobody talks about when the leasing argument comes up. The comparison is almost never done correctly. Leasing gets compared to financing a brand new car. And on that specific comparison, leasing can sometimes look reasonable. Lower monthly payments, a newer car every few years, no surprise repair bills. But that is the wrong comparison entirely. The right comparison is leasing versus buying a reliable used car outright and keeping it. A 38-year-old project manager bought a 3-year-old Honda Accord in 2019 for $18,500. Cash, no financing, no monthly payment. He has driven it for 6 years. His total car cost over those 6 years. Insurance, maintenance, 1 set of tyres, 1 brake job. Roughly $1,200 per year, on average, or $100 per month. Compare that to the colleague sitting next to him, who leased a new car over the same 6 years. 2 3-year lease cycles. Total lease payments. Approximately $42,000. At the end of 6 years, the project manager owns a car worth around $9,000. The lease driver owns nothing, and is about to start cycle 3. The difference in net worth from this single decision over 6 years is over $50,000. Not because one person earned more, not because one person was smarter, because one person understood what a car actually costs and made the decision that the numbers supported. Now here is where it gets genuinely interesting. And this is the part that the car industry absolutely does not want you to think about. The real cost of leasing is not the monthly payment. It is the opportunity cost of the money that never got to compound. A 31-year-old marketing coordinator had been leasing since she got her first job. Every 3 years, a new car. Always a payment. She was paying $520 per month and had never thought of it as a wealth decision, just a transportation cost. After watching her parents struggle financially in retirement despite decent incomes, she made a change. She bought a used car for $14,000, eliminated the lease payment entirely, and redirected that $520 per month into a broad index fund. She automated it. She never touched it. After 8 years, that account had grown to just over $76,000. She did not get a raise. She did not change careers. She made one decision about a car, and it produced $76,000 in 8 years. That is the opportunity cost that almost no one calculates when they sit across from a salesperson at a dealership. The salesperson shows you the monthly payment. Nobody shows you what that same monthly payment would be worth in 20 years if it went somewhere that actually worked for you. The psychology behind why leasing is so persistent is worth understanding, because it is not accidental. The car industry has spent decades training consumers to think in monthly payments rather than total cost. $595 per month sounds manageable. $71,400 over 10 years with zero equity at the end sounds like exactly what it is. The monthly payment frame makes the decision feel small. The total cost frame makes it feel enormous. And the industry knows this. Every advertisement, every showroom conversation, every online configurator is built around the monthly payment. Because the moment you start thinking in total cost and opportunity cost, leasing becomes very hard to justify for the typical driver. Now, there are situations where leasing makes financial sense. Business owners who can deduct the full payment as a business expense. People who drive extremely high mileage and need the warranty coverage. People in specific professional situations that require a particular vehicle for a defined short period. For those people, the numbers can work. But for the average person commuting to work and running errands, leasing is one of the most expensive recurring financial decisions in their life. And it renews automatically every 3 years, because the payment always looks manageable. Here is what all of this actually means. Every car decision you make is a wealth decision. Not because cars are investments, they are not. But because the money you spend on a car every month is money that either works for you or works for someone else. The gap between a lifetime lease driver and a lifetime used car buyer, when you compound the opportunity cost over 30 years, can exceed $400,000. Not from a business, not from stocks, not from real estate, from one recurring monthly decision about how you get to work. The people who quietly build serious wealth are almost never the ones driving the newest car in the parking lot. They are the ones who understood early that looking wealthy and building wealth pull in opposite directions. And they chose the direction that actually matters. Tonight, before you do anything else, calculate your current monthly car cost. Add up insurance, payment, fuel, and maintenance. Then ask yourself what that number would be worth in 20 years if it went into an index fund instead. Run that math, because once you see the number, the decision becomes much easier to make. Most people will watch this video, nod along, and walk into a dealership next month and sign another lease because the payment looks affordable. And the car smells like new. But if this changed how you think about your car decision, share it with someone who is about to sign a lease right now. They need to see this math before they sign, not after. And watch the next video on screen. We broke down the minimalist money rules that financially stable people follow every single day, and the car decision you just made is the first one on that list.